Hello, everyone. My name is Jared Oubre, and I'll be presenting Innovate Inside the Box, Chapter 8 for Dr. Hagan's Curriculum Design and Evaluation class, Summer 2025. I've been tasked by Dr. Hagan to describe some of the methods of teaching innovation and design and curriculum innovation based on what we've learned in our reading in Innovate Inside the Box, empowering learners through universal design learning and an innovator mind state. So if you're looking for chapter 8 in the book, it starts on page 149. Here is my quick breakdown of the six key goals of chapter 8 network. So starting at the top of your screen, I'll focus on the top row, and I'll start on the top left with innovators mindset set. This is valuing how we listen to others and innovate together. When we come together and collaborate, we must make sure that everybody in the collaboration method is interacting. And one of the things I took away from this portion of Unit 8 was that we need to focus on interacting with the world. That does not mean always going to the internet. That can sometimes mean going into your community. So your community is a part of your world as well. And now we have an innovator's mindset to open that up to the rest of the world. When we think about at the top right, digital leadership, it's a focus on what students can do. We often focus in digital learning about what you can't do. Don't cyberbully. Make sure you're using proper protocol when doing research. We want to focus on what can the students do, provide them with the different types of examples that they can use of individuals, kids their age, and other people around the world who have used digital leadership to change the world. Let's move to the middle row. Now, this is a word that I hadn't ever heard before, but it's related to brainstorming. Brainstorming is effective, but the most effective method is brain writing, allowing others time to process. We often say brainstorm for a few minutes and then speak on what you brainstormed about, but we did not give the processors time enough to think. We must give them time to think through the storm. Sometimes in the storm, you may not have your top-notch thinking because you're in the middle of the storm. But once the clouds clear and the rain stops, now it's time to brain write and put down some of those thoughts. And one of the quotes that I saw from this section says there is zero correlation between being the best talker and having the best ideas. As you move to the right with the Cognitive dialogues, this creates student groups within your classroom. This will allow you to co-construct the classroom, put groups into cohorts, whether it's 6 or 7 kids at once, and allow them to have dialogue about what they feel can be improved with the class, or even allowing them to look at exemplar works of what you expect from them and showing them that, hey, this is what I've had in the past. These are some of the things we've done in the past. Have a dialogue about it. What are you going to use when you create your presentation or your project for this class? Let's go to the bottom row, everybody. Go to the bottom. Look at family hookups. Now, this was an example that was used in this section of chapter 8, was talking about how the teachers and the administrators would question the parents when they're starting the school year off. And one of the questions they asked was, what are you good at? That's a simple question. Whatever you're good at, write it down. And one example was one of the parents was a deep sea fisherman. And so they used that in a 7th grade classroom when they were reading. If you look at the bottom left, Old Man in the Sea, a 7th grade group of 7th graders were reading this book. And while they were doing the reading, they had a parent come in and talk about deep sea fishing. And it was a magnificent hook for the kids. It caught them off guard, inspired them to look outside their community and things that they had never done. And so family hookups don't have to be in person either. It can also be video recordings where parents, family members, community members can record video, send them in, and talk about some of the things the students are doing. Last one at the very bottom is the sister classroom. And when we think about networking, we're talking about not just sister classroom around the world, because you see that we're talking about Google Meets. We're talking about Microsoft Teams, Zooms, where you can log into these classrooms all around the world. This is not just the world around us and different continents and different states. This is also talking about our world within the school, maybe going into another teacher's classroom that teaches the same grade level, teaches the same content. This also didn't just refer to classrooms. In chapter 8, they focused on reaching out to nonprofit organizations, reaching out to community elderly homes, and having them evaluate some of the things that the kids have done throughout the school year. So again, I'm focusing on chapter 8, and I hope this brought a little bit more attention to some of the key detailing in chapter 8 with networking. And just to be clear, when we think networking, most people think internet, most people think the World Wide Web, but we should also be thinking about networking outside of our classroom. Thank y'all so much. Have a great day.